Aspiring writers could learn a thing or two from Lawrence when it comes to publishing work, as Annalise Grice has demonstrated in her analysis of his early writing. When he submits the essay The Hopi Snake Dance to Edith Isaacs, editor of Theatre Arts Monthly, he insists, "I don't want it cut down at all, not for anybody." But he is prepared to write a purely descriptive piece if this fits her publication better. He is more accommodating for Edward MacDonald, happy to rewrite the introduction to his bibliography if it is in any way unsuitable, and suggests The Bad Side of Books as a title. Oxford University Press propose republishing Movements in European History with illustrations and request Lawrence's advice. But illustrations don't hang on the boughs of pine trees at the foot of the Rocky Mountains, so he contacts a friend at the British Library to source some relevant images that might be good to put before the eyes of the rising generation. One part of being a writer is opening yourself up to criticism, and Lawrence never holds back with his feedback. Poet Bobby Gillette is informed his poems are really banal, bit of a cliché, and more problematically, you haven't got at the real spark of your own feelings. And after that, Morlin says, "Have you got any more poems? If you have, let me see them." When The Boy in the Bush is reviewed in the Times, he advises his co-author Molly Skinner, "Do you take notice what cowardly reviewers say about me? If I'd listened to reviewers, I shouldn't exist." The only thing stopping Lawrence publish more is his beastly typewriter, and so he asks Willard Johnson to source him a part for his Corona No. 3, and if not, to bring his typewriter with him when he next visits. Preparing to move on to Mexico, he advises Penn International he is happy to do activities down there, though dinners I don't care for. Frida has more physical concerns with the move, advising her mother, "I've grown thinner from riding, but I'm afraid fatness is going to overtake me again when I'm no longer riding." Lawrence tells E.M. Forster, whose Passage to India explores racial tensions in the British Raj, that he has experienced a different race impulse out here. It seems much bigger, with open gaps that go away into the unknown. England's tight, like a box. This is evident in the rhythm of his new life, where the sunshine encourages Monday mornings instead of Thursday evenings, as was his routine when he lived in Hampstead. This shift in attitude is later reflected in his desire to write a story about a centaur, but can't in these white countries, where the lower half of man is an automobile, not a horse. Mabel Dodge Llewellyn is sent a letter in the form of bullet points, always a bad sign, as it suggests she has once more bombarded him with her will. But within this list is some good advice on dealing with the tittle-tattle that so often blurred their relationship. You shouldn't really mind the things one says casually, only the things one says really, having considered. Pertinent advice for anyone who has found themselves gossiped about by the photocopier. He receives news that his father Christopher has died and wires money towards the funeral costs so his family can dress in black, though advises it's bad to put children in black, in my opinion. He confides to Ada Clark that, "I hate to think of the Eastwood cemetery, though I hate to think of Eastwood anyhow." Lawrence had a complicated relationship with his father, and towards the end of his life accepted he had given him a hard time in his earlier novels.
Come on then, John, time to be getting your pit boots on. On with your scarf and moleskin trousers, it's time you